ancient villages dot the landscape of Iran, where time passes more slowly than in towns. And now often they're lived in only by a handful of old people who tend their crops and still live a seasonal and traditional life. Yazd province is the home to the largest Zoroastrian community in Iran. These followers of Iran's pre-Islamic religion are the guardians of an ancient heritage, whose symbolic presence is everywhere in Iran, from fire temples to the many non-Islamic festivals that are celebrated by nearly everyone, particularly the Persian New Year and the midwinter festival of Yalda on the winter solstice. In accordance with beliefs about purity, Zoroastrians were not buried in the ground, but laid out on these high platforms known as Towers of Silence, to be consumed over time by vultures. Situated between two deserts, Yazd is a distinctive and ancient city with a fascinating network of alleys and wandering bazaars. Summer temperatures are very high, and the skyline is dotted with the precursors of air conditioning, wind towers. Yazd is loved by travellers for its relaxed and easygoing atmosphere, and the emergence over the last few years of restored courtyard houses as hotels has added to its attractions for Iranian and foreign tourists alike.
اینجا روستای گرمه، کویر مرکزی خور و بیابانک. توریستایی که از همه جای دنیا و ایران میان معمولا توی این منطقه علاقه‌مندن که وقتی میان اینجا اون چیزی که در اصل در قدیم وجود داشته ببینن، همون آداب و رسومی که بوده، همون غذایی که پخته میشده و همون نحوه زندگی. ولی همین هست که خیلی به ایران علاقه نشون میدن.
Enjoy very much. It's something special, especially the children. I think this is a real part of Iran.
Is this the image you had in your mind of Iran, do you think, before you came?
Never. We never expect like this. Iranian people are so friendly and heartwarming, just welcome everywhere. And also just look at this nature. This is just wonderful.
When we thought about Iran, we always thought like only stay in one place.
Yeah.
But it was the opposite.
Yes. And travel is quite easy, isn't it?
Yes, quite easy. I mean, even there's some
easy.
difficulties in the language, but people try to use the body language, and they really helpful people. Yeah, we managed. We managed to go wherever we want to go.
If you like to do a really long trip.
The lonely and pristine environment of these vast deserts has made them a daunting challenge to travellers and Iranians alike. Yet it's the diversity between landscapes, people and culture that makes this country so interesting.
Yeah, easier than some of the other countries I've had to travel in by myself, and in terms of bravery I think Iran requires much less.
The Iranian people are really easy to get on with, and they're really easy to talk to, and they're only too happy to extend their hospitality to you, which is something that's rare for us Europeans. And I think that the one overriding memory that I'll take away from Iran is the kindness and the hospitality of the people there. I think it's great.
Well, it looks like snow, but it isn't. It's salt. A dry salt lake desert, on the edge of an even bigger desert, and one of many salt lakes in Iran. They're fun to come to, although they are effectively devoid of life. But of course when it rains, suddenly and momentarily, they become lakes again.
If you want to really learn about ancient culture and about history and about the civilization that's gone on for centuries, then Iran is the place to see that.
When talking about ancient landscapes, it's hard to know where to start. But this is one of the most magnificent ziggurats in the world, and was built by the Elamites, the first indigenous Iranian civilization. We're looking up into Chogazamba, which is the biggest ziggurat in the world, and its survival is remarkable. Over 3,500 years old, it's still standing in this quite lonely landscape here. The area we're looking out over now is one of the most ancient in Iran in terms of settlements and civilizations, and has been continuously occupied and lived in for about 7,000 years. All around me are these tiles with cuneiform inscriptions which urge the survival of this building against all odds, and in 1979 it was made a World Heritage Site. The stories of Shahnameh by Ferdowsi blend history and myth, and have been popular and patriotic entertainment for generations of Iranians. These epic stories are still well known and used to be told aloud to audiences in tea houses, where the walls would often be decorated with scenes from the book. Shiraz, a city of gardens and nightingales, roses and poetry. The tomb of Hafez is here, Iran's beloved 14th century poet. Most homes in Iran have a copy of Hafez alongside the Quran, and yet the attraction of this poet is the untranslatable, mystical quality of his verses and their openness to multiple interpretations, which makes him fascinating for telling fortunes.